it's Andréanne and welcome to my channel, The Minimal Approach. Today I will share with you my September makes and some of my sewing plans for October. But first, if you like the channel, don't forget to subscribe. It's always a pleasure to see that you guys enjoy this channel. Let's jump in. And I would say that I really did what I planned. Of course, there's a few things that didn't get done and some others that were done that weren't planned, but overall, I would say it was a good month. The first few things I did, I really shopped my stash as in terms of fabric, so that's a good thing. Like, I'm really trying to purge like everything that I have. There are a few fabrics that I got in a big kind of like lot that I bought from my mother's-in-law friend, and I'm really trying to use as much as I can, and the things that I don't think I'm going to sew, I'm just giving it away. The first thing that I did is a tote bag. I really love it. I use it every day and it's fully lined with some fabric that I had left over, and there is one little pocket here inside. It's a very great make. The only thing that I did incorrectly is that I kind of like stopped following instruction midway. I thought like, oh, I really figured this thing out, but I did put the handles in the wrong direction, so I should probably change this in the future. Instead of going like this way, like both handles being on the same side, then they cross, so when you put the bag over you, it's in the like wrong direction. So it's, yeah, it's a bit annoying. Like, I was annoyed anyway when I did it, but then it's fine. Like, I don't really notice it, and if it really annoys me, I'll change it. But yeah, so that's it for this bag. Really like it. Very, very like useful, and I love that it's lined. The second thing that I did is the Erin Skirt by Sew Over It. It has great pocket, and this has to be one of my favorite makes of the month. It was so easy. The instructions are great as usual with Sew Over It, and it's very straightforward. And the fabric that I picked for it is perfect, as it's not stretch and it's a good like medium weight corduroy. And I love it, except like when I wore it for the first time, I was like, ooh, like I don't think it really suits me because it's a bit too long. So I think what I will do is that I will shorten it like up to here, so I will kind of like eliminate this last button, and it will be better. Since I'm short, I feel like it just, I don't know, it's too long for a short skirt for me. So yeah, so that's the only thing I would change. Only alterations I did on this pattern is to do the darts a little bit like bigger than they were on the pattern to make sure the skirt sits properly on my waist. And other than that, it's a very great pattern. I highly suggest it. Knit skirt that I've been wanting to sew for so long, and it's in this, I would say, medium weight knit that isn't so stretch. I would say it's like a probably like 10% stretch. This fabric was also in my stash because I did this cardigan. If you remember, it's the Ellen cardigan that I did previously this year, and I've been wanting to do a knit skirt to match with it for a while, and I did it and I really love it. I love that there's kind of like a thick waistband and it's extremely comfortable, and with this cardigan to match it, I think it's a perfect outfit. It's more on the casual side, but then I can definitely wear it to work if I'm wearing it with heels or with a cute top. So it's very practical for me because I can get warm and cozy at the same time. The next thing I did is the jacket from Mc Calls 7695. I've had this pattern for quite a while now, and I'm very happy I could experience with it finally. So it's this jacket. I'll insert pictures. There's lots of bias binding, and this fabric was also in my stash. It's so warm, and I've been wearing this so much. It's probably the garment that I'm wearing the more these days. Like, I think that's it with outerwear. Once you make something you like, you just wear it over and over again, and it's very satisfying. So really love this coat. Although I have to say I did narrow like the sides quite a lot and the sleeves as well. There was lots of ease into this pattern, but other than that it's a very straightforward make, and I highly suggest it for beginner if you want to try to do outerwear. I think it's very simple, the instructions are very well written, and since it's a Palmer plush pattern, you get all those adjustment tips at the beginning, so that was very useful. The next thing I did is the Priscilla dress in a very beautiful knit. The Priscilla dress is a pattern from Rosy Pena, and I love her patterns so much. Her instructions are so well written, and this was so straightforward. I did this in one night. Just cut the fabric, put all the pieces together, and it fitted straight out. Like, I didn't do any adjustment. I did the lower neckband and I really love it. I did the long sleeve version as well because I wanted something for fall in winter, and I think a black dress, you can go wrong, so that's a dress that I will get a lot of wear out of. Next, I did this Simplicity blouse 9158. It's a pattern from my grandma. I did the sleeveless version because I had leftover fabric from another blouse I did in this fabric, and I wanted to use it up, and I wanted to try a short sleeve version of a blouse, and I realized that it's really not my jam. There's lots of end basting for the facing, armhole facing, and there's facing at the front that you need to end baste as well, and I don't really enjoy that. and I don't feel good at it, so I did it because I wanted to practice as well. And it's really not as hard as I thought, but I just don't really enjoy the process. I'm glad I did it because I think it showed me that I can do it first, and then I like the result. I just wouldn't do like many short sleeve shirts anymore. Like, I would prefer the options with sleeves. I'm also happy I tried this type of collar. It's not a stand-up like collar like usual, like I usually do. It's more like something you wear open. It's different. Yeah, so I'm happy I tried this. And after that I did a Curie tank top. I'm wearing it underneath. It's a black version in a knit that's kind of like suede. I don't know exactly what it is, but I love it so much, and I bought the same fabric in white, and I will do another Curie tank top in white because that's just my favorite pattern to go to. And the last make that I did is the most involved make I've ever done, and it started with a Berta pattern. I presented it in my sewing plans of like September, but I never figured it out. I did a muslin with sheets, and I can't figure out the collar, and there are two pieces that are never mentioned that you need like to put together, so I'm very confused. It's like I feel like they're missing few informations in the instruction booklet, and I tried to reach the Berta but they didn't answer, so that project is on hold. But then I really wanted to do a jacket, so I looked into it and I bought the pattern, the sailor vest from Pauline. I presented this sewing company in my previous indie sewing patterns companies video, and I'm really glad I did. This one had way better instruction, and there were lots of like blogs on it, and I didn't find any blogs about my Berta pattern as well, so that's why I couldn't figure out the instruction. But with this, like, there's many people who did it and they did reviews, and it's easier to understand. So this is it. I'm so pleased with it. So it has a collar, it has welled pockets with a little flap, so you can really put something in there, and it has those little shoulder pads and another, like, it's called, what is it called? It's called like a sausage of like sleeves, I don't know, but it's another kind of like thing that you use to get this round shoulder effect, and it's gorgeous. And the adjustment that I did is that I shortened the sleeve by 1 inch, and I shortened the like bodice parts about 0.5 inch. So that's it. Those are the adjustment that I did, and it's fully lined. and I'm really proud of it. I'll insert pictures. I worked so hard. There's still something that isn't fully right where the collar is. I might work on this again, but overall I'm very satisfied, and I might correct also the shoulder pads. Like, I think it's very big and I might want to like make them a little bit smaller so I don't look like with very big shoulders. Although I kind of do like this style. I don't know, I need to think about this more, but anyway, I highly suggest this pattern if you never did weld pockets. You should definitely try. It's funny because I recently checked the video of Nikki, and she was saying like, oh, I didn't like follow the instructions for those weld pockets, and then I find other instructions and they work just fine and they were perfect in the end. So I think that's just what matters. And like, yeah, you can get surprised with those like more advanced skills that you're like, ooh, I might not be able to do it. But weld pockets, I mean, definitely you can do it. So that's it for the makes part of this video. And my plans, it's only to do the gel coat from Seamwork, and there's also a kimono that I had in my sewing plans for September, but I didn't do it, so I will do it probably in October. And if you recall, it's a pattern from my grandma and fabric as well from my grandma, so I might get on it this month. I will do the Curie tank top, and I don't know, probably some other things that are not planned for now. Oh, and I also need to find a use for this beautiful tencel, black tencel that I have. I wanted to do pants with it, but it's not a fully defined plan for now. So this is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and if you like the channel so far, again, please subscribe. It's always a pleasure to know that you guys enjoy the channel and hearing about my sewing practice. I would love to read in the comments below what are your latest makes, or what are the next sewing projects that you really look forward to. Thanks for watching, and happy sewing! Bye!